Hello, gang. Here to give my opinion on Naruto Manga Chapter 553, and all in all I can say, to quote Jim Ross, I think business is about to pick up. Or it has, or it's just picked up. So, Naruto helps the Gaara and the Tsuchikage's platoon get rid of the reanimate shell. I think the second Tsuchikage or something. I don't know. The second Tsuchikage, maybe. But we know this is not the real Naruto. This is one of his over-QB chakrified clones. I think. But anyway, he explains to Gaara and Onoki that Shikaku had told him to go to each battlefield and help out in exterminating the White Zetsu Brigade, as well as stopping the army of reanimated shinobi. Meanwhile, Tamari's group has their hands full with the third Raikage's corpse, and then Naruto shows up and destroys him, while Kabuto's boasting of how he was able to bring him back and manipulate him. But meanwhile, Sasuke is finally coming out of hiding after, what's it been, 64 or 65 chapters since we last saw him. Well, probably been 70 chapters, but basically he's been out of action for a little over a year. Here since we last saw him. Apparently, with Itachi's eyes now planted into his skull, his journey towards the dark side is nearing its fruition. If he captures Naruto from Madara, all hope is lost. Which is why I would compare Sasuke to someone kind of like, I'd say, either Spawn, Scorpion, or Kratos. Had a good life, was among the top of his peers, had his family all taken away from him, and is hell-bent on vengeance. Has been hell-bent on taking out his revenge against anyone who wronged him ever since then. Like each of those three. And it's just because his anger, his constant hatred, the curse of the Uchiha's hatred has overshadowed his better judgment. And his conscience is now all but supplanted by this evil, and by the evil that now festers in his soul. Whereas, by contrast, in my mind, I've kind of viewed Naruto as almost a combination of both. If I were to compare him to any other character in any other medium, to Superman and Vash the Stampede. And I say Superman because, well, let's face it, Naruto, despite being a devious little prankster initially, has pretty much fully developed into the quote-unquote Boy Scout that Superman kind of is. And that the Man of Steel is. Where with Vash, he's faced dozens of horrible men in the past, whereas he's similar to Vash, he's faced dozens of horrible men and women in the past, up to this point, whether canonically or in the filler arcs, and he's never batted an eyelash at most of them, using his incredible abilities, tactics, and his innate ability to find the good in anybody and bring out the best in them to turn the worst of people into heroes. Whereas by contrast, Sasuke just wants to destroy everything in his way. I mean, his sympathetic backstory no longer justifies him or makes him any less sympathetic. If anything, it makes him more demonic. But I digress. That's something for another day. This has been Mets2128 giving you his Naruto 553 rant. Spoilers. And spoilers. This rant consists of copyrighted material owned by Masashi Kishimoto, Sheshuia Inc, Studio Pierrot, Viz Media, and Shonen Jump. The current right owners to Naruto. All characters' names and events, as aforementioned, are owned by those companies. This rant of my property. This rant is of my property, Mets2128, and is covered by the Fair Rights Usage Law. Meaning, while I may say the names, I can't be taken off the air. Peace.